looks like he might actually follow this up with a massive roach push. And look at this, it's actually Phoenixes. What are they doing?
Oh my god, what were the Phoenixes just doing idle here? They're still sitting here. The Phoenixes are dying for no reason, unstable. Great bungles on the Zealots, actually. Look at that. Keeping the Zealots from being able to do anything. The Infestors actually dumped most of their energy before they got lifted off, so this is actually going pretty well for him. But the first Colossus is out and doing a large amount of damage at the same time. That last Infestor got taken out with nearly full energy. But still, that was a pretty good trade for Leenox since he got that much fungal and infested Terrans out before they got lifted off.
Yeah, that's very true, and it looks like he is, like I was saying before, going straight into that Roach production. 12 on the way, they've just popped out. And because of these Phoenixes are still here, they're not going to be as effective as he'd like. There's not really that many units for the gateway production here for Sage. 10 Stalkers, 1 Colossus, and that is it. He is still on this 2 base, hasn't been able to expand and secure his 3rd yet due to the cancel. And we do have a Baneling Nest go down here for Leenox as he's securing his 3rd now as well. He's actually splitting up these Phoenixes in case any more Infestors come through. But we're just going to see a heap of Roaches, I think, here.
He's going for Baneling Bombs as well, getting the double upgrades on his Overlords while he starts the Banelings. He's going to have Roach Infestor with Banelings. This is actually kind of an older school strategy that we haven't seen this as much recently, but with the unit composition that Sage is going into, this could work out pretty well if he controls it well.
Very true. Look at this. With the Colossus count getting a lot higher, it's going to be difficult for Leenox to actually engage properly without a good surround and concave on Sage's army. He is actually up in supply, but only a little bit. He's actually taking another base over here. Oh, barely scouted by Sage, though.
Oh, that was... Oh my god, he just missed that hatchery with the Phoenix, but it will get chased away, then fly directly over it. Oh, hi, what's up? And Zergling is trying to pick away at the Destructor 3 at the entrance to Sage's 3rd. And just apply a little bit of pressure, you'll be able to take those out, but it does a little bit of damage. It's annoying for later. And Leenox is actually reproducing some of these Hydralisks. So he's going for the Roach Hydra Infestor support with possible Baneling Bombs. This is actually really, really old school style of Zerg play that we don't see much anymore. But in the meantime, Sage is going up to the 12 o'clock base. He will be able to force a cancel with these Blink Stalkers. And it's weird because, like, Sage is doing the really old school style of Protoss from when Leenox build was popular at the same time. So it's like we've gone back in a time machine or something.
Yeah, very true. Leenox is going to be maxed out here in a second, though. And +3 attack is going to be done here for Sage. And he's getting extended Thermal Lance as well. And look at this. We actually... Oh, almost got that Observer. Look at that. 4 HP. Very unfortunate. But with the Banelings here... Sage is going to have to be very careful. He's already starting to pre-split his army because of those Infestors. But at the same time, these Banelings are going to be coming from the Overlords. And here they come, yeah, 4 Overlords. He needs to be careful because I wouldn't put it past Sage to focus those down since he did get a good scout of it.
3 sentries. Very important for trying to hold this off. You need more force fields than that. This could actually be really bad for Sage. They're both pretty nearly maxed. There are 4 Colossus on the field, but we'll see what he can do with only 3 sentries on the field. It's going to be very tough for Sage. Leenox coming in with his entire army. Look at that. He's not able to get the force fields down where he needs them to. Nice fungal right into the Baneling Bombs. Oh my god, that did a ton of damage unstable.
Yeah, that were really clumped up Stalkers there, straight onto the Banelings for Leenox. And he actually came in from the side. He didn't actually go straight into the concave that Sage wanted him to. There's still a lot of Colossus here now being focus fired down by Leenox Roaches. Is there going to be enough to finish this up? The Hydra is doing an insane amount of DPS to all these Stalkers. He's just going to clean those up as well. But look at this, 15 Roaches are in production by Leenox. He wants to follow this up as soon as possible and not give Sage any time to breathe. They are completely rallied straight across the map by all his hatcheries, straight into the natural here for Sage. And Leenox is now 40 supply up. He's going to try and save these Hydras as the Roaches come forward, and Sage is going to have to back off. There's way too many Roaches there now. And if he targets down these Colossus, it could be very good for Leenox as he's coming through. One is going to go down. Oh my god, so close. There's 2 Roaches right under it though. There we go, does get cleaned up. The Hydra's still in the mix. They're doing quite a bit of damage here, Railcoon.
Yeah, and that really comes down to him not having enough sentries there. Like I was saying, you need to have more force fields to hold off that army composition. Leenox was able to slip through the force fields, get some excellent positioning, and now he's just overwhelming Sage with just lots of reinforcements. You can see they're streaming across the map.
Yeah.
He's starting to lose the battle and it's natural. That one Colossus barely survived, but he's being pushed farther and farther back.
But his gateway support is now just absolutely being dwindled down to nothing. More and more roaches on the way, of course. And Sage is out of money. He's down 40 supply, though. Oh my god, the Colossus almost gets down again. Oh my god.
Awesome micro, blocking those roaches in the back corner so the Colossus could survive.
And here comes more
barely
roaches,
hanging
though.
on, but now Lennox is going straight after the third base.
And he's actually got an infestor here to fungal. There we go, 3 Stalkers. They are going to be taken out very quickly by the roaches as well. Sage does have +3 attack compared to the +2 for the roaches for Lennox, but his engagements have been quite nice. He's actually focusing down the cannon in that third base as well. He's going to get a lot of probes now. And these Colossus doing the best they can, but without the gateway support, which is continually being taken out by Lennox and trading very, very well, they're just not doing what they need to. 17 kills on one of them.
Colossus is still alive, like you're saying, those 17 kills. But he's only just now getting these roaches out of his mineral line. He actually killed a decent number of workers there. There's just more and more roaches flooding in. These Colossus are actually trapped up on the high ground. No way to run. Finally, that 17 killer Colossus does go down. Second one looks like it'll follow. There it goes.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much all she wrote for Sage. It's going to be 1-1, and we'll be moving into game number 3.
Yeah, we'll see if he can hang on and try and pull something out. Of course, Lennox has taken his 4th base. 67 drones to 41 probes here, and he's just continuing with this roach aggression. And usually he's just barely scraping forward in this, getting more sentries. There's an Immortal out here now as well, but there's way too many roaches. He's going to be able to target them down very, very quickly. And Sage doing an amazing job of trying to hold on here. Like, you have to really commend him on that. Lennox is only just barely winning these fights. Nice blink control as well. These roaches are going to be cleaned up in his natural, and the reinforcements here for Lennox are still coming. But can Sage actually get a big enough force to just actually crush it for once and for all? I don't think he will, because here comes Lennox yet again. It just doesn't stop.
Enough resources to add 3 more investors to the mix, which would be enough to tilt this in his favor if Sage somehow held on that long.
And there's the GG. Nicely played by Lennox. Will clean this up 1-1. And let's go into game number 3, shall we, Relkin? Let's see who can advance from the first round. So far, our games today have been very, very interesting and not the outcomes I've been expecting. So, can Sage topple Lennox? We'll find out.
Hi, my name is Haksu Kim. You're watching FXO television.
Very good.
And we're back. Game 3 between Leenock and Sage for the FXOpen Invitational Series. Round 1 here in the upper bracket. These guys have gone tied apiece 1-1 with Leenock dropping the first game, Sage dropping the second one. And let's see who can take this one down for game number 3. It is, of course, going to be Belshire Beach for our final map today, picked by Sage. And because, of course, it is going to be loser's pick throughout this entire tournament. Best of 3. Let's see if Sage can pull this one out. He did do a very nice build game 1 and barely lost game 2. It was a very nice reinforcement wave after wave after wave after wave by Leenock, and Sage looked like he was doing a good job of holding it off, but then finally cracked, and Leenock was able to take the win. So, game number 3, let's get into it. I am Unstable, of course, joined here by Railcoon for today's action. We will be switching around casters 4 different days, don't worry, in case you don't like me or you don't like Railcoon, but I know you all love us.
Oh, so I mean, that last game was a little bit of an oddity. Leenock went for that hatchery block thing again, and Sage reacted differently than MC did. When we saw him do that against MC countered it the same way, and they just went into like a 7-gate. Just like, I know you don't have many units right now, and just tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Sage tried to play it a little bit more safely. And honestly, I still think it comes down to like that big interaction between Roach, Hydra, like Baneling against the big Colossus army. He didn't have enough sentries. It's really, if he had a few more sentries in that fight, then Leenock probably wouldn't have been as aggressive. We've seen a longer game.
Ooh.
Wouldn't say it would have won in the game because it just would have been a different game. But
well, we do have the Nexus first coming out from Sage.
Ooh,
and
okay.
Given the fact that it was a 14 gas, 14 pull from Leenock, Leenock might try to take advantage of the fact that the cannons might be late and keep guys on gas more than this 100 gas. I think he is. He hasn't taken drones off gas here, Railkin. He might actually be going for a Baneling bust.
Oh no. We saw this happen in GSL as well, and it actually worked out really well. The Persos player, I think it was MC, was even trying to set up a mega wall as our Tastosis was referring to it. It's like, this is a mega wall, this could be so safe, and Leenock, he just like looked at it for a second, he's like, it's weak right there. And then he busted straight through, so.
Look at this timing, there's the Baneling nest coming out from Leenock, and right as he chases away that probe, Sage did notice that there was still drones on gas here, that is going to be a big tell for him. Of course, going straight for that cannon, probably needs a second one just to be safe as well. Leenock ignoring the expansion, putting all of his money into those Zerglings, and this is going to come very, very quickly here, Railcoon. It's not something you often see against this, but there is going to be the weak point. Oh, is he going to get the probe? Oh, actually, that is a gap. He needs to wall that off.
Not wall. He has to throw down a pylon. That means there's a weakness in the wall, like I was just talking about. And look at that pylon over to the left of the forge. That is another weakness in the wall. He even cancels the gateway to get a cybernetic spore down, so that's going to have lower health. Another weakness in the wall. I'm going to stop saying that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And here comes the first few Banelings. He will probably need to get a 6th one, just because he might lose one to the cannon.
To the cannon. And I'm really surprised Sage didn't read into that. He did see the extra drones. Alright, let's see if Leenock can pull this one down. There is, of course, that one pylon there. He might actually run straight around and finish off the cannon, or run straight into the main. Usually if you get 5 to 6 lings in there, you want to go straight to the main. Might actually lead this force with one Zergling just to take the hits from that cannon.
Yeah.
And here Leenock goes. Oh, make up your mind.
He tried to tank it with the Zergling.
Oh, there we go. He did tank it.
Oh, he's going after that one pylon that'll get him right through.
Wow, that is way too... Yeah, that's over.
Instant GG.
Yeah, that many lings into your main, it just does not end well. There was even a Baneling there as well. Very well done by Leenock. Unfortunate for Sage, they didn't get the right read there. He didn't even start a unit on his gateway until that sentry. So, Leenock will move on to round 2. Sage will go to the lower bracket, but so far in the lower bracket, we also have Sarsay and OGS Finn /4GG, because people keep asking me to call him by this Brewball name, but he asked us to call him Finn, so I'm going to do both.
Yeah. He changed his name to Finn, which means he wants to be known as Finn, so we respect him by calling him Finn.
Alright, so let's get into our next game right now, shall we, Railcoon?
Sounds good.
Alright, welcome back, guys. This is actually the 2-minute break where normally we have ads for you people on the subscriber mode, or you just living in a place that doesn't get ads either way. We're going to be a couple of minutes before we get back into the next game. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, $5 USD for the entire month, you're in a chance to win Razor products, signed FXOpen apparel, we got replay packs, 10 days in the FX Open House, $5 USD for the entire tournament. Twitch is a recurring thing, but don't worry, we'll be reminding everyone to kill off that recurring subscription at the end of this month, or if you want to, and the tournament is good enough, and we get enough support, we'll run another one every single month, so it's just going to be plain and easy. Of course, we do have about 8 to 10 prizes to give away very shortly at the end of game day 1, so stay with us as we get back into the game.
My name is Dong-Young Lee, StarCraft ID FXOleaner. You're watching FXOpen television.
And let's go, game number 4 here. We are going to have MVP Keen up against Starchild July. I am Unstable, joined here by Railcoon for this day of action. We're going to have 8 sets here. And we are already up to set number 4, Railcoon. This is really exciting. We are going to have, of course, Keen up the top right-hand corner, known for his amazing GIFs that I can watch all day long. And then, of course, we have July down the bottom left, and can never count this guy out. Did recently take a beating from Finn. So maybe he will advance to round number 2 and just be like, ha, at least I can get some kind of thing over you. Of course, it probably doesn't mean that much to Finn. He's like, what?
We'll see. Like, July is one of those guys that whenever I start to count him out, he just pulls something out of his hat. So, I don't know. I mean, definitely favoring Keen here, just looking at it, seeing Keen versus July. But July is just one of those X Factor guys that you can never really fully count out of a match.
Yeah,
and
very
we are
very
on
true.
Daybreak, which is a really nice map. It opens a lot of options, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. That's basically what I'm saying, Unstable.
Now, given the fact that July has a very certain style, I'm going to put my money on we're going to see probably a high eco Baneling bust is what I'm going to put my money on. Only because I just have this feeling that July style, and especially recently when we've seen, I believe, I can't remember the exact day of GSL Code S it was, but this map, it was always high eco Baneling busts. Like every single time during that day. And that really works well into July's style of get a certain amount of drones and just throw everything at you. So it'll come down to Keen to be able to defend that. But Keen is really an up-and-comer here. He's playing very, very well, and he's very consistent. So we'll see how we go.
There's no refineries for Keen.
No, there is not.
He's going to go for the gasless expansion. So if you are correct with your reading of July's strategery, then
is that even a word? Strategery?
It's a real fake word. Let's put it that way.
Alright.
Because it's a fake word you can use on, like, just as a joke, but it's become common as that purpose, so it's a real fake word. It's like a genuine imitation.
Something I'm noticing here is July is actually not adapted to the new Overlord scouting patterns, which is down the bottom and up towards the left. He's actually putting in this very snipeable by Keen.
It's funny though, because it's like metagaming Keen, because everybody has now adjusted their Overlord scouting pattern to go around instead of going here. But since July didn't do it, Keen isn't even checking. So now there's an Overlord there when he wouldn't expect it to be. It's like super trolling metagame going on, and there are 10 Zerglings on the way, so oh hey, what's up? You gonna kill that SCV before he sees more than 4? Yeah, there we go, he's gonna get chased away. And then even more Zerglings on the way. Baneling Nest, Unstable, when did it become Psychic?
Yeah. As always. Like, I obviously cheat, because this is done by replays, that's why. No. I close my eyes. I close my eyes on these guys, so it just takes all the fun out of it if you actually watch the game beforehand. And then,
I know. It makes sense with July's Zerg style, though. Like, we've seen different Zergs have been doing this on this map recently. When you give him the opportunity to play aggressive, he just generally tends to thrive in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
I remember when Tal'Darim first came out, nobody was aggressive on that map. Everybody played straight up macro games. He was 6-pooling people because he was catching people started. Like, that's just July.
And that actually became quite standard in ZVP on Tal'Darim as well. So let's see if... Whoa, there we go. There's the Banelings going down. Doesn't have enough gas for any more. His Zergling's moving up. We are going to see Banelings, Link Speed finish right at the same time. There is one bunker, of course. But look at this. Keen's actually gone into the Hellions. This is not going to work out well for him unless he can somehow get these Hellions out in time to try and kite as many of these Zerglings as he can. I don't think it's going to happen though.
Against this, but they're not going to be out in time is the issue. Here comes the Banelings. They're going to go straight up at the wall. He's going to get.
Oh, he's going to catch the SCVs.
The Mighty Bros. The SCVs taking a pretty big beat there as well. And now these Hellions are not long for this world.
There's a lot of low SCVs right there, actually. And Keen is supply cap 29 over 22. These SCVs are dropping like flies, and July has done more than enough damage to actually make it worth it here for him. If he can finish it off here, that would be awesome, but he is going to be able to back this up if Keen eventually gets rid of all these units. But of course, there's still only one Hellion on the field. These SCVs... Oh, the actual bunker was emptied, and now Keen in a lot of trouble. He did not want to lose that bunker. The 4 Marines are back up in the main. If they were in that bunker, he probably could have been able to save himself, but unable to actually salvage it either. And here come the Ling reinforcements from July. I think this might be it here for him, Relkin. He's actually surrounded now. The Hellion's not going to be able to do as much as he wants there. Marines are dropping. 18 supply to 36. Yeah, good night, Keen, buddy.
A lot for July.
And there's the GG. Nicely played by July, and good read. Like, that worked out beautifully for July right there. So we're going to go into game number 2.
Read directed at you? Like, were you telling yourself good read?
What? I have no idea what you're on about. Let's go into next game before I look like an idiot.
Hello, my name is Byung-se-ho. I'm Tower Terra. You watching FXO TV.
And we're back for game number 2 between MVPs Keen and StarTale July. I am unstable. Joined here by Railkin. We saw a very quick, decisive victory by July in game 1 with a Baneling bust that went straight into a Gasless Expand into Reacted Hellions. Not the kind of thing Keen wanted to have happen to him that early in the game. But we are going to go on to Tal'Darim Ultra for game number 2, of course. Keen over here at the right as our blue Terran, and July over here on the left as our red Zerg. So let's have a look and see how we go. This map, I love this map for this matchup, to be honest. It's one of my favorites.
I just want to say that the term build order loss is thrown around a lot when it shouldn't be, but that's probably closer to one of the situations where it's more appropriate. Like, Keen was in a situation where he went for the gasless expansion. He didn't have the Hellions out very quickly, right into a very, very aggressive Baneling bust. He had very few options there on really anything he could do. Really, he was just hoping that July would mess up his micro, because if he microed it well, he's just going to die. So that's a better example of when you should be using that term, and not just like, oh my god, that he like lost a small coin toss in the start of the game. Build order loss and rant.
And I'm just sitting here waiting for you to finish ranting so you can notice that the 2 racks down here on 11 supply, because you need to be paying attention to the game, Railcoon. Damn it, you're making me rage. I sit there with my mouse and act angry because I don't want to cut you off mid-rant. So, July. Is he going to be able to stop this? He needs to actually scout it first, and Keen's control is quite good, so this could actually do quite a bit of damage. Of course, he does not know which position July's in yet, and normally when you see this, you see it in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's going to be the one thing that's going to be better for July Zerg, is that Keen is doing this in a much more conservative fashion. He's building these as natural instead of placing them in the center, like you said. And he's actually continuing the wall off here. So it doesn't look like he's really going to fully commit to the 2 racks here. He's just going to go with the 2 racks, pressure, drop a bunker. Maybe it'll do some damage. But if not, he'll be able to expand safely behind it. Yeah, there we go. There's the bunker. That was actually really far away. Is that in range for a Marine?
Well, he's just trying to be extra safe against getting out of the vision here.
I know that's in range for a Reaper or a Marauder, but I'm not sure about a Marine. I think that's like at the very edge of the range. Yeah, that looks like it should be able to hit it. And then the hatchery's going to finish. And then July Zerg...
And July goes, really? Really?
Reacting.
That's just not fair.
So, yeah, this is actually the better reaction by July in this situation, given what Keen is doing.
Yeah.
It is more beneficial that he not overreact, which is what he's doing right now. You can see that Keen actually sent a lot of SCVs. Oh my god, so he is actually committing to this. Maybe not.
Whoa, nice bunker placement down here in the middle of the ramp. He's actually got more SCVs to continue the building as July picks these off. Very nicely done by Keen. He's definitely going to get this hatchery as more Zerglings pop out. They're trying to hide. The SCVs are going to chase them down. Not the best idea, Keen. There we go. And these extra bunkers are actually going to finish. July going straight into a Baneling nest as a response because he needs to get through this. And the downside is Keen will be able to notice these Banelings coming and just get out of the bunkers and waste the Banelings and run away.
Yeah. This is actually really, really difficult for July Zerg right now. I was looking at that, and he didn't send that many units at first, and it was like, okay, he's just faking them out, and he's like, nope, I'm sending 5 million SCVs over here.
And 3 SCVs just ganged up on a Zergling. It was quite unfair to see. And they are auto-repairing themselves as well, so July still does have these 2 Zerglings. Keen does have 3 bunkers in total. He's got his SCV poking out here, seeing the Ling count. July is actually supply capped now.
Yeah, he's trying to use those broodlings to take down that bunker, but the SCV is actually on the other side of the wall repairing, so he gets that fully repaired back. And this is going to be the problem, is that he's going to have to spend a lot of resources just to get through here and get his hatchery down. But at the same time, Keen has not expanded yet.
Oh, nice targeting on those Banelings, actually. There's no Banelings left. He's going to try and get to the bunker. Is Keen going to make it? No, he's only got 1 in there. Oh my god, there we go.
I thought only 1 was going to get in, and Keens and Marines are ninjas. Look at those. The other 2 are so low health, they barely snuck in there. But here comes the Zergling counterattack. Keen will barely wall this off with the bunker, and he's got a good number of Marines behind this, but he hasn't started the command center yet. So the main issue on how far ahead he would be right now is kind of a moot point, because he's worried about the Baneling counterattack has not made the command center.
He's actually getting a few more wings over here as this bunker is taken out. We'll lose 3 Marines, of course. And July is going to expand behind it. Now, Keen, well, I was going to say he does have enough money to expand, but there he goes right there. He does have that bunker at the front. He will have to be careful of the Baneling counterattack, like you were saying. But I think he's going to be a little bit more safe than he thinks right now, because looking at the worker count, 17 drones to 23 SCVs. They're both going to have their expansions up at the same time. Keen is also up 5 supply, getting double gas now. We're probably going to see both of them sit back and be a little bit passive, trying to macro up.
This is closer than it looks after the first examination, because a lot of people would look at that, oh my god, July Zerg took so much damage. Yeah. Well, he's behind, but it's definitely not unrecoverable for him. The worker count is pretty close.
Well, mainly because Keen brought so many SCVs.
Yeah.
Like, he really did bring a lot of... He's actually getting double bunkers behind his wall as well. He's really scared of a Baneling all in here.
Yeah, and since July Zerg isn't going for it, it looks like he's going to go for a quick third. This could catch Keen off guard. And he's not that far behind economically right now. Their expansions are going to finish at the same time, which is better for Keen, admittedly, when the Terran is closer to even on these expansions. But probably going to see a quick third here from July. He's already taken down these rocks, so he will be able to drop that pretty quickly into a safe position. He's droning up pretty hard right now, and Keen is still sitting really defensive, so he's not going to be able to catch July Zerg while he's droning.
Yeah, that's very true. Look at this. July is actually going around checking if there's any hidden bases. Good choice by him here. Just because the one time, like, I think it happened to T-Gun against Ganzi back at MLG Anaheim a long time ago now. And, like,
God,
it was just, you remember that game? It was just, like, this hidden expansion from a Terran. And, like, T-Gun eventually lost, like, really, really badly. I walked up and said he had a hidden expansion from, like, 5 minutes in. He wanted to punch me. Because he was that angry that he didn't see it. Because he was like, really? Really?
And that's the thing where, like, if he did punch you, that's because he's so angry at himself that he winds up punching somebody else.
He did not have a happy face on, but he still played an amazing game. So, like, I was not unhappy at all with the way he played. And
yep. You have a layer on the way from July instead of actually going for that quick third, like I initially thought. But he did take down those rocks very early, which means he can drop that basically any moment he wants. His scouting overload will finally go down thanks to that barracks lifting off, but Keen is still playing really passive right now. He's still extremely worried. This is actually very curious. Would have expected to at the very least see like Starport and get a medevac out to apply some pressure. Because normally in this situation, yeah, you took the lead from that, you lost some SCVs, but keep the pressure up is normally the theme from the Terran player in this situation. But he's actually just completely backed off.
Well, he's just he's too scared of that Baneling counterattack, and it's only now that he's realized, okay, it's not actually going to come, and it's actually realizing that, oh, hang on, I'm going to be really behind in a minute because he hasn't done anything but drone. Look at this, 49 drones to 38 SCVs. Doesn't have that many units on the field here. Whoa, hello, Hellions.
He doesn't have stim, though, is the problem. And some of these Hellions taking some damage to the Zerglings. I mean, there's more Zerglings and Banelings on the way. He's got Spine Crawlers. This could be too late for Keen to be trying to apply this pressure. He might actually just wind up losing a bunch of units, which would be even worse.
Yeah, the Zerglings jumping around behind these Marines, and actually here come the Banelings, so he's just not even going to bother with the Zerglings. Oh, hello, nice splitting, but it's just not going to be enough for July to be able to clean that up. He still does have his Spine Crawlers though, got more Lings in production, of course. He's waiting for his Spire to finish up, and Combat Shields, a lot of these Marines getting one-shot by that Spine Crawler, already on low health.
The Banelings did enough to delay this. He weakened the army enough where he's not going to be able to do anything more, and you can see he's giving him more free units into those Spine Crawlers. Look at the size of Keen's army now. The supply difference is actually almost completely even now. July Zerg actually pulling ahead and has 9 Mutos on the way. That was really actually pretty bad for Keen. He wanted to be applying the pressure much earlier than that, but he's just so scared. And then he gave up units at the one point where he didn't want to.
Well,
so
Keen has +1 finishing up for his Marines, but he doesn't actually have any turrets anywhere. Looking at his vision down in the main, where is that Spire actually? It's in the middle. It's not going to be anywhere near seen, but the Spine Crawler is continuing to throw off these Hellions, and here come the Mutas. He's going to be caught completely off guard here, Relkin. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs. He doesn't have that many Marines. Stim isn't done yet. 20
seconds away. That is actually quite a bit. He's trying to do the last-minute turret thing, but he just has the timing off. Not quite going to get that in time. SCV is being forced away from the main. He does have a lot of Marines here, so he will be able to buy some time, but look at this. He's just delaying all the buildings, killing SCVs left and right. He's harassing, doing a good amount of damage.
He's going to come into the natural again, but the turret finishes barely in time. Oh, almost gets one Muter as he's trying to get away. But this will give July the advantage to actually expand again. He needs to get that third base up and running. He's actually ahead in supply just barely, but he's only on 51 drones. Not all that uncommon for July, though.
No, that's pretty standard for July. He does not drone a lot in the other stages of the game. He likes to keep that balance a little bit more towards the side of his units. And we see that the Macro Hatch finishing up actually has a lot of resources saved up, while these Hellions are taking heavy damage in the center of the map. Oh my god, I wasn't mentioning it because
they're running from that Ling, man. Has nothing to do with the Mutas. They're scared of that Zergling. Oh, he's actually going to get one!
Zergling! Oh my god. All they had to do was stop and fire at it, and he's just straight up running away. And now the other Hellion looks like he's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, oh my
almost
god.
Anyway.
All the Zerglings see these Hellions because now they're trapped. And that's a big loss for Keen, losing all of those Hellions. That hurts a lot right now.
We do have Baneling speed on the way. 19 Banelings in production in the middle of the map here. Keen looks like he wants to try and take that third base because he has that command center finished up. At the same time, July is finishing as well, but I think this is what Keen was worried about earlier. It's just coming a little bit later. There is a lot of units being produced now for July. I think he wants to finish it right here.
Yeah, Baneling speed is not quite done yet. It's about 50, actually 45 seconds away now. And but the thing is, July Zerg is using that macro hash just to crank out a ton of Zerglings. He'll be able to get a good surround, get those Banelings into contact, and he's got the Marines to the Mutas, excuse me, to clean up other M-word. Here comes the Banelings without the speed. He's trying to scare Keen away, and actually,
there's just way too much supply.
There's just too many units.
Yeah. Way too much stuff here, but he's actually still hasn't dealt with those Marines in his natural, losing quite a few mutas, and there we go, he's going to be able to clean these up now, and now he is going to have a very strong lead. 87 supply to 133. Keen is not going to be able to secure this expansion. July is free to do so on his own third, and things not looking too good for Keen at the moment here, Railcoon.
Yeah, the sense of timing from Keen this entire game just seems a little bit off, like somebody went in and changed his alarm clock or something. His internal clock is just a little bit tilted. He keeps attacking a little bit later than he really wanted to when he winds up losing units, and it's just been compounding itself throughout this game. Now July Zerg is very solidly ahead. He's going to run in. Those tanks are toast.
Yeah.
There's no way he can deal with this army.
Yeah, Baneling speed's done as well. There's just way too much stuff coming out here from July. 83 to 132. He stopped that third base going down. He's not going to be able to get into the natural. A lot of these Zerg is actually dying on this bunker.
That's just too many units.
I was surprised that the SCVs didn't come out to repair a little bit earlier, but you just can't deal with the muta count. There's just way too much stuff. Dropping mules in his base to try and get that little extra bit going down, but he's just losing way too many SCVs. They're dropping really, really quickly. There's the GG, and July will take down name number 2, and looks like FXOboss's prediction for Keen to take it down does not work out that well. Unless he comes like through a beastly run in the lower bracket. So that is it for Keen versus July. We'll be right back with our next matchup very shortly.
It's your turn. Announce yourself and tell us you're watching FXOpen TV.
You guys are watching FXO.
No, you're going to announce.
You guys are watching FXOpen TV.
I am.
I am.
I'm FXO.
I couldn't hear you, man. My eyes are kind of. My name is FXO. I am a player for FXO. You guys are watching FXOpen TV.
이거 보고 해.
My name is. 지금 우선 이거 하고.
뭘 하고 해?
딸 사람 먼저 하면 되는데요?
뭐 그냥 다 게임하고 있잖아.
뭐라고 하라고요?
My name is. My name is. 지술채. 바로 하고 자세 좀.
You are watching. You are watching.
You are
watching
FXOpen
television.
You're watching FXO television.
조시 메인 고. 조시 메인.
어떻게?
조시가 메인에
아니
쓰고.
메시지. 어떻게? Hi. We are FXO. Hi, we are FXO.
FXOpen or FXO?
You're watching FXO television.
You say TV. TV is
TV. 잠깐만. 이게 어려워. 여기다. 어렵대.
FXO lean on.
야, 좀 키 조절 좀 해야겠는데?
키
큰 사람들 뒤로 오고 좀.
자, 오케이. 자, 연습. 테스트.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, we are FXO team. You are watching FXO TV.
Yay!
누가 자꾸 버벅대.
야, 누가 자꾸 버벅대요.
야, 너
싱크.
야, 자신 없으면 리시해.
자신 없어 리시.
해봐.
Hi, we are FXO team.
찬민이 해봐.
Hi, we are FXO team.
진짜. 이걸 못하냐, 이거를.
미치겠다 진짜.
야, 해봐. 3, 2, 1.
이거 안 보이잖아.
Hi, we are FXO team. You are watching FXO TV. 오케이, 굿.
Hi, my name is 형섭리. 스타크래프트 아이디 초이야. watching. You are watching FXOpen TV television.
TV television.
TV 텔레비전 뭐야?
멘붕이다 멘붕.
Again,
Sorry.
say your name. My name is.
My name is 학수 Kim.
You are watching.
You are watching.
FX,
You are watching FXO television.
Okay, so let's do one more. Okay.
잠깐만.
뭘 또 졸라 뭐가 있어요? 졸라 싫어.
앞에 까먹었어 지금. 망했어.
Okay.
Hi. 내가 3, 2, 1 할게. 3, 2, 1. Hi, we are FXO team. You are watching FXO TV.
And here we go, FXO Choya against MVP's SC, former teammates, and the coach versus former student. Here we are going to have a PVT starting off on Daybreak. I am Unstable, joined here by Railcoon. We just passed the halfway point here for FIS's first day. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying us. Tweet at us, FXOpen, twitter.com/FXOpenesports if you want to give some feedback on this. But, of course, these guys are still friends, so they do have a little bit of a chat. We are going to have Choya down here at the bottom left as our blue Protoss. And then, of course, SC up here at the top right as our red Terran. SC has been beasting it lately,
I know.
even though he's been sick. Like an actual life-threatening sickness, and yet he still is playing phenomenally.
I've been looking at SC, and it's like, he keeps going back to the hospital, and it's just like, oh my god. And I kept expecting SC just, like, finally take a month off, not play, get better, and then, like, slowly work his way back up. And he just keeps playing. And it's weird, because after this last hospitalization, he's been playing better. It's like, what happened?
You just never stopped practicing. He was in the hospital bed, still playing. That's what he did.
I don't know. He gained some sort of, like, magical upgrade while he was in the hospital. His plus one weapons finished researching while he was in bed or something. I don't know.
But we are going to see the gas
recently
come down straight after the barracks here by SC. So that does give Troyer a little bit of an idea on what's going on. He's probably going to be able to scout out this as well. Of course, it's been a while now since SC was on FXON/FOU back then, because he left pretty soon after we merged. But they're still going to know the thought processes that goes on. And that is going to help out quite nicely. So, Choya most likely going to go for that 1 gate expand, especially considering it's this map. And he still does have his big stigma from the first few GSL seasons where he was just too nervous to play macro games. And thankfully he's over that now, and he's been really impressing people in the KSL, and hopefully now in this game here. But now that I've said that, he'll probably get romped so hard that he'll want to go and hide.
Yeah, but look at this. Choya actually getting into the base with the probe here, getting a good amount of information. Slightly unusual for this. Oh, nice. Actually going to take the second gas as well. This could be kind of the Gumiho thing, where Gumiho is just... He's so good, he can do so many different builds to such a good level that people take his second gas. Just don't stop that. It could be the same level of respect that Choya hear from Choya that people do to Gumiho.
Yeah.
But so it's actually unexpected that he got up in the base there.
That being said, I'm making my angry mouse thing at you again. We do have a factory over here down at the bottom left.
Why? Oh, because that, right.
Yes, yes.
Fuck, it's just a factory.
Given the fact that it's here, I would not be surprised to see that lifted up and go into the main. No. Yeah, but with the factory being here, it's most likely to be picked up, dropped into the main. We've seen that happen in a few games in the King of the Hills we ran in previous Invitationals. And look at that, going straight to the point where there is no vision too. Very nicely done by SC. He'll probably crank out 2 or 3 Hellions and go straight into the mineral line. And Choya's units are in the middle of the map. He's going to get completely caught off guard by this.
See, I was joking around just because I was expecting him to drop a starport over here too. And he actually, instead, is actually going to leave with the SCV, which is incredible for him, because if he had started the starport, then Choya would have scouted it with his stalker, and then he would have found the factory. But since it was just the SCV, he's not tipped off. But oh my god, he's so close unstable. And oh my god, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. He came so close with that probe.
We actually see this Zealot going to go down with the Concussive Shell Marauder up here in the natural, and he's actually going to probably pick off one of these Stalkers as well. But he is surrounded here at the same time. I'm surprised. There we go. Choya focusing down that Marauder as best he can now, trying to get away. No! Oh. Here come the probes to help clean up this up. He's going to lose that extra Stalker, but to defeat this army. There is now 2 Hellions going to the mineral line, though, and Choya is going to be very, very frustrated now because these are going to do so much damage. He's going to try and get a surround by the looks of it on these Hellions. Not going to work out too well. He's going to start losing more and more units here. Oh my god.
The timing on that was perfect for SC because it was right after that big fight. There's no Stalkers. He's got no way of stopping this. Now the Marauders are in the natural. He's got a Hellion Marauder composition going on, and there's no Stalkers. Yeah. That's it.
That's game over right there. Nicely done.
Right now.
And as I said, now that I've said that Choya would do well, that happened. Nicely done, SC. Let's see if Choya can bring it back in game number 2, shall we? And here we go, game number 2 between FXO's Choya and MVP SC. Still friends, but former teammates and former coach and player. SC catching Choya completely off guard with a really, really nice build of the Marauder and Marines to take out those Stalkers, and then the Hellions to follow up. Really just completely crushed Choya's spirit in that game very, very early. It was an amazingly well-executed build, and let's see if Choya can bring this back. He was trying to play very, very standard last game. Maybe he's going to mix it up this one. Just be like, well, you just did that to me. I'm going to do the same thing to you.
I'm just shocked at the way that played out. Because almost every time you see a Terran player build a factory down there, they follow it up with a starport. And not only did SC not do that, but the fact that he didn't make the starport was directly beneficial to his build. Because Choya would have scouted the starport and been immediately suspicious about the Hellions.
And that would have been 100% intentional as well.
Yeah.
Because that is a very common spot, like you were saying, for those starports. So the timing of that probe is pretty much perfect. Sorry, that Stalker that came around was pretty much perfect to scout that happening. So we'll find out how we go. There's, of course, no gas for SC this time. So we're most likely seeing a very standard build from him. And, of course, way too early to see what Choya is going to do. But Choya can mix it up. He's had his practice with his cheesing, as noticed by GSL early seasons. He's had practice with his longer games, as seen in GSTL. And the KSL weeklies.
The KSL, yeah.
So it could be anything right here.
Yeah, I have no idea. We are on Tiga. It's the Forest Cross spawns, which give you a few more options.
Yep.
And the other issue is the fact that TVP... the only thing that seems constant in TVP right now is the fact that on the highest level, players are metagaming each other constantly.
Yeah.
And the ways that they're doing this just keeps changing, so...
Well, that's what happens when a game is emerging. People are still figuring it out. It will get a little bit more streamlined as time goes on. And ooh.
Yeah, but it looks like SC is going to be going for the gasless expansion. This is pretty standard right now. And Choya, I'm really curious. I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about Marine King because it says Foxer. No, actually, I have no idea. I'm just making that up. But
this probe is hiding. Like, that's really interesting that you choose to hide here. Normally you put him up in the top left-hand corner of the natural, or over here at the third, just to scout the timings for that. That's true, it might actually be a pylon. There we go, because I was looking at his supply. It's 24/26 now, with a Stalker on the way. He's going to max that out very shortly with the extra probes coming through. And he's got one gateway, and he's got one of his cyber core. So normally right now he'd actually expand, but I'm not sure if he will.
What I was wondering earlier is the fact that previously, when Terran vs Protoss, this matchup was in really, really crazy state, Choya was one of those fellows who really liked doing the early gateway pressure to try and catch people off guard. So I was curious if he was going to do something like that.
But he doesn't have Chrono Boost going down on the cyber core. Oh, hello, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Robotics facility right after I questioned that. So
this could be for a Warp Prism?
Yeah, Warp Prism of some kind, but what in particular is the question. Unstable.
He's going to be very vulnerable to any kind of early pressure here as well, but looking at his vision, he did notice that it's not going to happen because of the no gas. He does actually see that. So this is a very, very big risk for him to take, having his unit pressure facilities all the way over there.
Oh, look at this. He does have another stalker position at the front of his natural. Very nicely done there. Try and catch this SCV. Can he kill it before it gets in? One more shot. I think he'll get it.
No, that's way too close to see. He realizes that there's nothing there. But he didn't get up into the main.
No Nexus, which is a really big tell for this late. So he's going to be... he's going to speed warp Prism Immortals. He's doing it. We've been seeing this bit more recently on and off. But, I mean, to have that position over here with the Robotics Bay, I think it's going to be Speed Warp Prism.
Yeah, that's very
No, he's got another gateway building up here. What the hell?
Okay, so Choya just making his natural over here at the other start position.
Is he just going to make Colossus over here and they'll just walk down the cliff?
That's true, that's possible as well. He is rallied down the bottom of the cliff. He will have 4 gateways to go with it. This is very strong one base.
4 gates now, though. Why would you get the Robotics Bay if you're going to do a 4-gate Warp Prism, though? Because you don't really need this.
No, it is going to be Colossus.
He's going to make a Colossus up here. Oh my god! I mean, this makes sense, but it's like the mad scientist, like, crazy making sense. Oh my god, like, I can hear him cackling off in the distance while he formulated this plan, but...
Well, it's going to hit most likely just before Stim is finished. There's only going to be one bunker down here. There's a factory going down for SC as well. And he does not have combat shields at the moment.
I can tell you one thing. He's not expecting it.
No, yeah, I don't think so either. I'm surprised he hasn't actually... like, he did scout around here with his Marine earlier in case a pylon went down, but Choya came in just after that left. He hasn't tried to scan at all, by the looks of it. Oh, no, yes, yeah. No, he actually hasn't seen anything since then.
Yeah, I have
He is completely blind against this, and Choya hiding it to the very last second.
First Colossus is out, second one being produced. There's a very good chance he could stop this after the second, then just back this up with the 4 gates. 2 Colossus with range backed up by 4 gates worth of units. That would be very, very strong this early in the game. He can use the range to siege down these bunkers. He'll be able to save sentry energy by doing that as well. This has a lot of potential to do damage to SC, and like we're saying, he's not expecting this. Why would you expect something like this?
But that being said, he is going to have the reactor on the starport very shortly, so if he can maybe delay as long as possible, he might be able to get 1 or 2 Vikings out to help him out with the Colossus. But Choya is moving out right now, and I think it's specifically designed to abuse the time before the starport is done. And look at this, the SCV sees all these units coming in. He's going to go, what the hell? Why are there 2 Colossus with extended range at my front base? And he's going to have to bring a lot of SCVs.
It's the what?
And he's actually going to, Choya is actually going to be able to poke up with these Colossus and take out a lot of the SCVs if he wants to, but he's going to go straight in there for it. And all those SCVs stop preparing for a second. The bunker goes down instantly, and oh my god, this is actually going to work.
Yeah, SC just took massive amounts of damage. It was nice focus fire from
Stim.
Choya, sweeping in on those SCVs with the Colossus. There's no stim. It just finished up, but all of his units are dead. It's too late. He's the double range Colossus. Oh my god. Why would you even think of something like this? But it's so good. Oh my god, Choya, you're a mad scientist. That was genius. I'm speechless right now. But SE, he's lost everything. He has no units. He's going after the starport just so he can't get the Vikings out. And once that starport goes down, there's going to be nothing he can do.
No, coming in right before Stim finished up, and the Vikings couldn't get out in time as well. It was just really well planned out build by Choya and worked beautifully, to be honest. And all his units now up into the main. SC trying to hold this off as best he can, but it's just not going to work because there's 2 Colossus there, and he's just not going to be able to deal with
it. Yeah, we've got one last fight going on here from SC, but he's down almost double.
Oh, he's almost got one of the Colossus. Does get one of them. But all his SCVs are gone, the rest of his units, the Viking is going to die. There we go, GG. Choya takes game number 2 to tie up the series 1-1. Wow.
What just happened?
Yeah, what did just happen? All right, let's go into game number 3, and let's see if Choya can make it through, or will it be SC? Let's find out.